The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the December 5th, the fantastic Friday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know I am absolutely grateful for your presence here. But even more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email. Send it off to steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. And, of course, if you're inside our Tigers Den, and you should be, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on what we're going to call TD9 Topping Friday out there, as we've got a rally that's going on. You got the Dow that's traded up 151 points. The S&P's up 19. NASDAQ's up 113. Russell just went flat. 136 the upside for the transport. Semis up 91. 68 for the NASDAQ Composite, 87 for the New York Stock Exchange. Gold up $24, silver $1.80. Light to crude up 63 pennies. Plenty to look at out there. I've got the SPY chart up on my screen. You'll see today is going to become bar number 9 of a TD9 count pattern as prices approaching its all-time high. The swing point for its all-time high on the SPYs is October 29th out there. That swing point had volume, or has volume, of 85 million shares. We've been trading for less than 2 hours, and we've done about 20 million shares. That says we're about a 65 million share day, so we're moving into that swing point with lighter volume. We have not tested the high, I don't believe. Let's go find out. 689.70. We've gotten up to 688.39. So if we were to test that high, so the bears, here's what the bears would want. The bears would want price in the SPY to get over 689.70 and close back below it. That would be a test and rejection on lighter volume. What the bears would really like is to see price tick above that and actually close below the low of that swing point. That would be a full rejection, and that's 682.87. I don't suspect that's what's going to take place out here, but it is I don't control what the market does. I just simply take a look and read the charts and communicate what they are communicating to you and I. And it's a daily time frame that's got that short-term topping signal out there. We use that as short-term because we're really looking at the monthly and the weekly time frame charts. And the weekly time frame chart has got no topping pattern, nor does the monthly time frame chart. The monthly had the opportunity to do that last month. It did not. And so it is bullish. The weekly is bullish. Well, so what does this mean? What it likely means is that we get a retracement. What kind of retracement? Well, you know the retracements, the 2 to 4 bar retracement as price pulls back to test support. And that may be it. And support for the SPY is 681.65, the top of its profile. And just below that is its oscillator unchanged line. We'll do the same thing out here. Let's do this for the Qs as well, because we've got the same pattern going on. In fact, if you just simply look at my columns out here, you go from the right, from third from the left, you'll see D, TD9. All those 8s or 9s with stars, doesn't matter whether it's a minus or it's a plus out there, those are ones that have got the TD9 count topping pattern. Now, if it's got a 9, it's already confirmed. Today's completing it, such as the XLF out there. So we can see even inside the S&P 500, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I take that back. Hold on. Which sectors? 1, 2. Only 3 of the sectors have topping signals. And this is really, I suppose, is really the concern. And that's the XLK, because the XLK is only bar number 6. It does. Well, put the chart up here. It doesn't have a topping signal. And the reason is, somebody in the den can probably look this up quicker than I can. What's the percentage of the XLK now, of the technology sector in the S&P 500? I think it's like 35 or 38 or 30. I think it's somewhere in the mid to high 30s out there. Maybe somebody can find out. And so, you got to understand what's going on under the covers, right? And so the XLK is one of those big things with regard to, well, what's the S&P, the ES Mini going to do? What's it going to retrace to? So as we take a look at the Qs out here, again, you see the same pattern. Today's going to become bar number 9. We're going to close above bar number 5 today unless the world just comes to an end. Don't think that's going to happen. The weekly time frame chart does have a sell the D point top out there, but price is trading above its green oscillator change line, and it's trading above its profile, so that is under attack. And monthly time frame, no topping pattern whatsoever. So I believe it's more likely just simply, again, a short-term pullback. That's what's going on there with the with those two, but let's go ahead and put up the XLK. Let's get that up on our screen out here and see what kind of signals, if anything, we'd be looking for here. So it's going to take just a moment to populate. Well, that's doing that. If you love sports last night, boy, was it a great evening for sports. If you like scoring out there, what the heck is this? The XLK is not down 144 points. So I got some kind of data feed issue going on here. Dang it. How do I change that during a break? Okay, so we can't look at the XLK that way. What we can do, though, is we can take a look at some of the top. What do I want to do here? That's weird. So, I noticed that the XLE, it's not trading down 45 points, nor is the XLU 43 points out there. So it's got a split. Okay, it's got a split going on, and let me see here. I don't think this is going to. Yeah, I tried resetting it out there. So it's got a split. Thank you, Fletch. I appreciate that. And for some reason, I can't get mine to do the conversion out here. Yeah, I can't get it to do the conversion. That is a real bummer out there. I probably can do that by switching to the other data feed, but that might be problems too. Okay, I'm going to skip this. In my mind, I'll try to see if I can come up with a solution. Here, a quick peek at the daily equity future contracts. Let's get those up on the screen. Those are going to be just fine. Now, it is the Russell 2000 that is kind of the wild card here. So TD9 count tops present basically in the YM, the NQ, and the ES Mini. But we take a look at the Russell 2000, no such thing. In fact, the Russell 2000 is trading into its swing point back here from October the 27th out there. So no topping signal. Doesn't mean that it won't pull back. Just means that it can pull back out here. And the pullback area, the target would be about 24.75. That's under Russell 2000. If we take a quick peek at what's going on under the covers, likely the NQ, it's going to pop up on our screen out here. The NQ, just waiting for this to populate here. The level to be watching, I would say today, for the NQ is going to be the 25,608.50 level. That is the breakout area for its 60-minute time frame chart. If we close below that, that could be signaling to you and I that TD9 count pattern is taking hold. Now, I don't see any kind of a, well, let me, I need to repopulate this. Give me a second here. When I say this, I'm referring to the 10, 15, 30, even the 60-minute time frame chart. So I was just looking to see if there was some kind of topping pattern out here. None on the 10, none on the 15. No, really, so I don't have that, any kind of a topping signal. What I do on the, so again, 25,608 seems to me to be the level to be watching today, because if you look at the 2-hour chart, 25,682, that's the bottom of its profile, 25,638 for the 4-hour chart. I'd be watching that TD9 count breakout level to the downside. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We come back to this break. Let's start taking a look at requests. We're going to look at NVIDIA, Palantir, AA, Alcoa, NFE for Brent, and natural gas for John. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's get to some of the requests that have come in. The first one coming in from Tom G. NVIDIA is his request. His question is, where's this thing headed to? So what you've got going on with NVIDIA, Tom, is you've got a consolidation with inside the daily, weekly profiles out here. The daily time frame right now, the profile's got support at 174.84, resistance 190.71. The weekly is support at 167.23, resistance up at the 189.31 level. So the daily time frame right now as we speak is trading into the center of its profile and just slightly below its red oscillator and change line. And we closed above it yesterday. The question is, do we close back above it today? It being 182.36. If I knew the answer to that question, then I could easily answer your question, which is, where is it headed? If we do close above that, where it's likely headed to is the top of its daily profile, 190.71. Why? Because we will have then taken out the oscillator and change line, which has acted as resistance since November 10th out there. So, nearly a full month. If we close back below that red oscillator and change line today, yesterday's move was a false signal, and that would suggest we could or should pull back out there. And the pullback could be nothing more than a couple of days, could be a test of support at 174.84. There's nothing in the weekly chart to throw us one way or the other here. The monthly chart leans more bullish than it does bearish out there. So the daily, I think, to really answer your question, you're going to have to see where it closes today, Tom, but you know what you're watching, which is really going to be the top of its, the center of that profile at 182.78 or 182.35, its oscillator and change line. Close above both those things would be a bullish outcome for NVIDIA. Hope that helps you out. Thanks always for your requests. Let's go take a Palantir. This is a request from Duncan Steve inside the Tiger's Den. PLTR is the ticker symbol, trading out right now at 179.11 on its way up to its TD9 count breakdown resistance level. And that's at 182.70. We are trading above the top of its profile. We're trading above a red oscillator and change line, not nearly as strong as green, but still a bullish tone on the daily time frame. The weekly time frame, we're trading back inside its profile, may want to go target its sell zone, and that's between 186.01 and 190.31. You first got to take out that 182.70 TD9 count breakdown resistance level. Palantir on the monthly time frame, pulled back, tested and rejected its green oscillator and change line, consolidated inside his profile. Likely, Duncan wants to go target profile resistance at 193.38 out there. So Palantir looks like it wants to head higher. The real test is going to be 182.70. And thanks as always for your you got a double request. You got AA batteries out here. So let's go see what these AA's are doing. Alcoa is trading out right now at 44.63. It's got a TD9 count top out here. So that TD9 count top went ahead and completed or is completing today. So this is the bar following bar number 9. The top that came in is so far the high is on bar number 8. That's up at the 44.96 level. So what should transpire today, Duncan, not today, Monday, what should transpire is price should pull back to test support. Now, its first level of support is going to be the top of its profile. That's at 42.73. The second level, a more likely outcome for where price would pull back to would be that oscillator and change line, currently around 42.12. You'd love to see price get back there, test and reject it. That would be a place where you could add to a position or what have you. Now, if on Monday, Tuesday next week, let's assume that bar number 8 is the high of the pattern out there. If we close about 44.96, that tells you about a strong upward momentum move that is underway. And that is really the message of the weekly time frame chart. The weekly time frame chart had a TD9 count top, was negated immediately. We're trading above profile resistance at 39.40. We're trading above its green oscillator and change line. It wants to move higher. Move higher to where? Well, it looks to me like you could, maybe this did do a 0.382 retracement. Let's go find out. Let's use Stevie's retracement tool. What do we do? He didn't get quite down there. So we're going to say no to the Ixnay on the A to B equals CD pattern. No reason to force something. As far as where is the next projected level out here? That's going to be easy. Let me just turn it on, and you'll see it come up, and then I won't make a mistake or anything. And let's just simply add the second line out there. So just give me 1 second. We'll do that, and I'll give you the exact number, at least on the weekly time frame chart, where price is headed to, which should be... What did I do? I can't believe it. Is that really what I did? Did I not change it? Did I not change it? I did not change it. How about that? Nice job there, Steve-O. Let's put OK. There we go. Now we'll get it. So, be a son of a gun. Oh, it's all the way back here. Here's where it's likely headed to. It's TD9 count top. I realize what I was doing now. So we're trading... We're just about to get to the swing point. The low of the swing point on for the weekly time frame, 45.15, 15 million shares. What do we get to today? 44.96, and we need to get to 45.15. Volume on that swing from a weekly base of 15 million. We're pushing towards it with 29 million. So a weekly time frame chart is totally different than the daily. So the weekly is saying, hey, I want to push higher out there. And that'll certainly be accomplished if, in fact, that TD9 count top gets negated. So here's what we go with. TD9 count top pulls back, tests support, and then the weekly goes ahead and makes its way up to that TD9 count top out there. The monthly chart wants to go tackle the swing point from back here in November 2024, and above that, 55.74. So I hope that helped you out and wasn't too confusing out there. Confused myself, quite frankly, but hopefully I didn't confuse you. Let's go take a look at NFE. This is for Brent in Martinez, California. Brent's up early. And NFE right now, Brent, on the daily time frame, since we looked at it last, looks like might be an A to B equals CD pattern, but that might have been more than a 0.786 retracement here. Let's go do the measurement there and find out. No, not really. So you got the A to B equals CD pattern on a daily time frame. The price objective out there, I've got it at about the 171 level. The high so far we've hit today is 170. So in essence, that pattern has the initial price projection level has been hit. That doesn't mean that it says top, just means it's been hit. What you're looking for now is if you were to see a bearish reversal signal, that would confirm a Gartley sell pattern, and then that would then take us back towards support would be $124. That's not the pattern we have right now. What it's signaling to us, it wants to go target 208, the TD9 count breakdown resistance level. That's the daily time frame. The weekly time frame, we're trading above last week's high out there. When was the last time we closed above a prior week's high? That was back in September 19th. So that's a nice positive outcome. That's this little, a nugget out there of perhaps a change in trend. No bottom pattern, and price should go target 246. We're not worried about 246 right now. We're worried about the 208 level. And then finally, when we take a look at the monthly time frame, we've got a TD9 count bottom pattern. Price now trading above its oscillator and change line. And that is a big change out there. That number is $1.41, and we can see that we have not traded above an oscillator and change line since November of 2023 out there. Now, the month is not over. It's only the 5th out here. But things are looking up for NFE. So, Brent, thanks so much for your question. Have a great weekend as well. John writes in and wants to take a look at natural gas. And the question is what's going on, I believe, was the daily and the 5-hour time frame charts. We're just going to put up our intraday set of charts out here. We'll take a look at natural gas, which is having a stellar move out here. We've only got the daily time frame out there. You can see we're in bar number 6. We can see an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. So when I come back from this break, let's take a look at natural gas. We'll take a look at that beautiful A to B equals CD pattern, see what that price projection level is, and we'll take a look at the intraday chart, see what kind of signals they have there as well. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Coming right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. One thing we know about natural gas, and I've got the UNG, got the ETF up on my screen out here. There's a data issue with regard to the actual natural gas contract. It doesn't matter. We can see over the course of the last 18 years that December is the least favorable month for natural gas. Well, we're not, so far December is not even close to paying attention to that. We take a look at just since the beginning of December out here on a daily time frame. It's only December the 5th out there, but we are trading above profile resistance. We have attained the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD price projection level. That says that you need a bearish reversal candle to confirm a top. Short of that, price should continue to move higher. This should do more than a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern. Why? Because if we take a look at price, it's stronger on the C to D leg than it was on the A to B leg. How do we know that? Price is trading on the left-hand side of that C to D a line out there. Make sure when you draw your A to B equals CD patterns that you keep the exact line out there. It's going to give you information about what the actual intent is. So, John, the intent here is for this to do more than a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. Okay, where's it headed to? Before I get to your intraday charts out there, you didn't mention the weekly, I don't think, but the weekly is important to take a look at. And here is a January contract for the weekly. Why is it important? Because the weekly formed a TD9 count top. So that was back in March. And we are now likely going to close inside that swing point today. In order to do that, natural gas just needs to close above $5.34, 5.346. We're at 5.413. Now, I don't have volume that I can rely upon out here for this natural gas contract, so I don't know if it's pushing in there with volume or not. But closing inside there, that's a bullish signal. Taking out the TD9 count breakdown resistance level at 506, that's a bullish signal, and that's an intermediate term time frame. So the daily is saying I want higher. The weekly, so higher to where? I'd have to go with that swing point. It's going to go maybe wants to go test that TD9 count swing point up at the $5.99 level. So that's what the weekly chart is suggesting to us. Now let's look at some of the other intraday charts. I think you mentioned 5-hour, no topping signal here, only bar number 6. 240-minute time frame chart, no topping signal. Again, all these, we took a look at the A to B equals CD pattern on the daily, so they're present on any of these intraday charts as well, but no topping signal on the 2-hour. It wants to move higher. Same with the 60-minute. And here's where we start to get into the shorter term, wants to pull back just a tad. The 30-minute time frame chart completed a TD9 count top at 11 a.m. We've got a key reversal bar that formed after that. What should unfold here is natural gas should begin to pull back towards its oscillator and change line, $5.32. Doesn't mean it starts right this second, but that's what it wants to do, is move back towards $5.32. The 15-minute time frame chart, beautiful TD9 count pattern. Has it bottomed? Don't know. It might have. So price has pulled back into the buy zone. Its buy zone on a 15-minute basis is between 532 and 536. Below that, you would have breakout support at 523. The 10-minute time frame chart, a Rhodes momentum indicator top, price also pulling back to its buy zone between 531 and 535. So not clear to me if just that little move lower over the course of the last half hour is done or not out there. I would rather test the bottom of those profiles right around 531 to 532 out there. And then that would get us back to the 30-minute oscillator and change line. A test rejection of that would be a nice bullish signal. So, John, I hope that gave you the information that you were looking for. Natural gas is looking muy bueno out there. The next question that comes in is from Captain Dan. And Captain Dan would like to go short the financial sector, XLF, but he wants to do it via SEF. So let's pull that up on our screen. I think this is it. But then was the XLF going through? The XLF was not going through the through a 2-for-1 split today, not to my recollection. So this is the ETF. I don't know if this is a 2-time ETF, SEF. What this would be to go short the financials. So you've got that bar number 9 there in the daily time frame. The level that you'd be watching for this instrument would be 32.23. But really, your decisions, Captain, ought to be made off of the XLF, which I'm going to go ahead and put up on the screen after we take a look at this and I give you the information you're looking for here. In the case of the SCF right now, on a weekly time frame, it's pulling back into its buy zone. That's between 31.40 and 31.66. The monthly time frame has a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom with price finding resistance at the center of its profile. You'd love to see this close above 32.93. That would signal getting up towards the 35.61 level out there. So that's what it is signaling to us. I would like to put up the XLF, so I'm going to. I just want to see what kind of signals are coming from this, because I don't know, is SEF a 2-time, a 1-time, a 3-time? So here we take a look at the XLF. Today we're completing the TD9 count pattern. I don't think we were on the SEF out there. Again, a reason to be paying attention to the actual instrument, assuming that it's the XLF that it is tracking here. I don't know that to be the case. So I'm assuming that is the case out here. So in the case of the XLF, what you're looking at is price pulling back to support. Now that oscillator and change line changed from red to green. Pretty good indication that price will pull back to that level. A test rejection of that, though, that's where you would reverse your trade if you're going to go ahead and go short. Should you go short, though? So I want to take a look at the weekly and the monthly time frame chart out here for you and let you know what they are doing. The weekly time frame chart is going to close inside its swing point from September 19, and that had volume of 191 million shares. This week we've done 136 million shares. Now the test and rejection of that is what you'd really like. That means a close today below 53.27. That is likely not going to happen out there. So what you have on a weekly basis is just a consolidation with inside its profile. No real signal of any kind of a top. The monthly time frame, you do have a Rhodes momentum indicator top, but price has been trading with inside the sell zone, oddly enough, and it hasn't been able to bust through the sell zone. In order to do that, you would have needed to seen it close below 52.04. So we don't have that here. So just be careful. Is it a trade? Absolutely. And if you were to close above today's high, whatever that is, in the XLF, and today's high right now is 53.93. If you close above that, close out that position, because it's telling you that you've got a strong momentum move for the XLF out here. So that's what I see. I hope that helps you out, Captain. And as always, thanks for your requests. So I don't see any other requests out here. Let's see if I've got anything that's come in by email. A lot of emails. Anyone that says... No, nothing that says... no emails that we want to take a look at. Okay, so what do we want to do? Let's go take a look at the daily cash indices. Let's get those up on our screen. Now, these we got about 15 seconds before we get to a breakout here. We're going to take a look at each of the cash indices out there. I believe I gave you the numbers yesterday. I probably didn't. Actually, I didn't. I said, make a copy of this screen so you can go back to your charts and you can see where bar number 5 was. I don't think we're going to have to worry about bar number 5. Not unless, again, everything falls off the face of the planet. So what you're going to see out here now is you're going to see TD9 count patterns. In order for that real TD9 count top to have really maybe taken place and give us some traction was a semiconductor index and what it's done today. We'll be right back and we'll finish talking about that.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. We got all the cash indices up on our screen right here. Most of the cash indices, you got the Dow. Jones, you can see it's going to go ahead and form a TD9 count top today. We're in bar number 9. Again, the pattern will complete on Monday. The same is true for the S&P cash index. The same is true for the NDX 100 in bar number 9. Not for the Russell 2000. But the Russell 2000 is trading into resistance here. So it's got this Rhodes Momentum Indicator top that had formed when it confirmed on October 16th, formed on October the 14th. Out there. So you're up at that resistance. That can be a top for sure. The semiconductor index, bar number 8 was, until this morning, bar number 7 was the high of the pattern. Well, we're at new highs out here. And so you've got a TD9 count top that's going to go ahead and confirm today. Complete on the transports. So the transports should start pulling back on Monday towards that 16,695 level. The NASDAQ composite also in bar number 9. And the New York Stock Exchange, the same thing. So we've got the TD9 count tops are suggesting extreme caution. Again, I think the weekly charts and the monthly charts are suggesting maybe it's just caution, not so extreme out there. But we are definitely the chart patterns are definitely suggesting that we get some type of retracement that begins at least by Tuesday. If not. Now, the semiconductor index here, I wanted to go take a look at it. And in that case, I wanted to look at the intraday charts as well. Whoops, we'll come back to gold here. We're going to do the same thing for gold, but let me get to these first here, try to stay somewhat consistent. So I want to take a look. I've got the SOXX, just simply the 1X ETF out there, so we can take a look and see if there's any kind of other topping signals for its intraday periods. So when we take a look at the weekly time frame, out here, we can see we are in wave number 7. That's letter G out there. So that was triggered this week. That needs a lower high to confirm a top. Well, on a monthly time frame, we don't have a top out there. But on the weekly, we don't have a top that's been confirmed. We've got a pending top out there. So the daily's got the TD9 count top. What do we got on the 195-minute chart? It wants to rally even further. So the SOX is maybe saying, on a 195-minute chart, that top might not come until Monday. If you look at the 130-minute time frame chart, we've got no topping pattern yet. Same signal. The 65-minute chart has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. That would be negated with a close above 312.83. We're trading at 310.24 right now. The 30-minute time frame chart does not have a top. Yeah, it does not have a top out there. Trade above profile resistance underneath its oscillator and change line. And the 10-minute, 15-minute chart doesn't have a topping pattern either. So I don't think, at least at this moment in time, that the top inside these semis has started. And so we may see another rally day come Monday out there. So that's what's going on with regard to the cash indices out there. But unless there's some major self, and it's the reason for us not spend any time really on bar number 5 out there where price needs to close above on the daily time frame out there. But this is what's going on with the SOC. So let's go. We got a couple of requests that have come in. Let me get to those. The first one was from Rye to take a look at Newmont Mining. So NEM is a ticker symbol. Let's pull its chart up on our screen. Newmont Mining, as we speak right now, she is trading out at $90.42. You got a good old-fashioned consolidation with inside that daily profile. That resistance has really acted as resistance. That's at 91.23. If you could get 2 consecutive closes above that, you probably get back to its highs, right? The weekly time frame has a wave number 7 topping pattern out here. Prices pulled back it pulled back towards the bottom of its profile. Never got all the way down there. But right now, we are trading above, or Newmont is trading above its oscillator and change line at 89.56 and the top of its profile at 87.15. I know you just wanted the daily time frame chart, but you got to understand what's going on in the weekly chart. And here's where you've got your tug of war. The daily keeps finding resistance at 91.23. The weekly says resistance, whatever that might have been, and it wants to move higher. And as long as it remains above 89.55, that is its signal. Now, it's trading into a swing point from back on October 17th. 60 million shares traded in hands that week. This week, we're at 34 million shares. So you're pushing that swing point with lighter volume. Nonetheless, you haven't rejected that swing point, so maybe it's going to continue to move higher. You do have a confirmed TD9 count top on the monthly time frame. So Newmont Mining, you're watching. It's held support on the daily time frame. That's its oscillator and change line at about $90.13 or so. 90 at 90.13 out there. So that support resists 91.23. I don't know which was going to win this battle out here. The weekly is saying the daily is going to win the battle. Time will tell. So I hope that helps you out, Rye, with regard to Newmont Mining. GPH inside the Tiger's Den wants to take a look at the gold contract. So let's get that up on our screen out here. There we go. So on a daily time frame, it has been struggling with its oscillator and change line. No problem with resistance, profile resistance, that is, at 41.80. By the way, that would be support on any kind of retracement out there, 41.80.10. The 5-hour time frame chart for gold, we're going to have to open these things up here. So the 5-hour time frame chart for gold has what? Not much. It's got... it's got a sideways consolidation pattern, quite frankly. So if you put up where's my tool? Rectangle tool, control function 12. Okay, so here is the consolidation pattern that we can see. Real clear consolidation with regard to gold on the 5-hour time frame chart. So that's something to consider there, GPH. If you break the consolidation, whichever way it might break, you would have a measured move that would be equal to or greater than the consolidation. The 240-minute time frame chart, no real signal there. Nor on the 120-minute time frame chart. The 60-minute time frame chart is tested profile support at 42.28. While the 30-minute chart was testing TD knockout breakout support at 42.26. So let's say a key level of support so far this morning has been tested, has held. If you were to see a close below 42.22, you are likely headed lower out there. What I don't have is a bottom pattern. However, getting back to profile support or TD knockout breakout support can in fact be a bottom. So GPH, I hope that helps you out with regard to gold, what it's doing on the daily time frame, which is really not much. The weekly at 5-hour chart showed us that sideways consolidation. That's why we got the really not doing much out there. And I put that on your screen because whichever side gets broken, you likely have that measured move. So I hope that helps you out. No other requests that I see. Steve, if you didn't have time, can you check out Netflix? There we go. So let's go check out Netflix. Thank you for your assistance there, Duncan. NFLX, the ticker symbol. Big news today, right? They are purchasing Paramount, I believe was what the deal is. So let's just take a look at Netflix, see what it's doing to the stock itself. Looks like it might be printed out at 90.60 out there. But that might, no, that was new money. All right, so now we got Netflix. So Netflix, Netflix. So weekly time frame, you've got bar number 8 of a TD9 count. Based upon the daily time frame chart, this week is not the bottom. So this could form a bottom anywhere between today and 2 weeks from now. The price target to the downside is 82.11. That's its TD9 count breakout level. The monthly chart is now trading inside its profile by trading below 101.68. Its price target would be 92.13. I'll study the daily time frame chart, see if there's anything else that I can come up with here. And we'll be back in just a few moments.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. I've got the weekly time frame chart, or the monthly time frame chart for Netflix up on my screen. Its worst performing consecutive set of months started November of 2021 out there and lasted through April of 2022 out there. We had 6 consecutive months to the downside. We're in month number 4 of consecutive moves to the downside on the monthly time frame, and its next price target is 92.13. Now, the weekly time frame chart shows the A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. So it's present on both the daily and the weekly time frame, and therefore a bullish reversal candle on the daily time frame, Duncan, would generate a buy the D point bottom. Short of that, price is likely to get back and try to target the 82.11 area. There is another TD9 count breakout area of support that it could also be targeting, and that next level is down at 90.10. So that's what we see when we take a look at Netflix. Let's end the show by taking a look at Duke Mayonnaise out there, DUK. That is for Vic, and obviously that is Duke Energy. I've never tried Duke's Mayonnaise out there. I'm not a big white sauce kind of a guy out there. But if you take a look at Duke Energy, this is because the white sauce kind of makes me throw up. This chart's making me throw up. So I don't see any kind of a bottom in place out there. It's got an A to B equals CD pattern. I haven't drawn it in, but you can easily see that on the daily. You can see it on the weekly. And therefore, a bullish reversal candle, Vic, would be what would generate a buy the D point bottom. There's no, they were trading below, where's the next level of support? Next level of support, quite frankly, is at 114.98. And 114.98 is the bottom of its monthly profile out there. I think that is where, at least at this moment in time, that is the best educated guess as to where price is headed to for DUK. Now, on a monthly basis, this basically does 2-month retracements. Last month, believe it or not, was month number 1. We closed below last month's high out there. So you're likely to get a bottom at some point in time. That bottom may be as Duke gets down to 114.98. Folks, have a fabulous Friday, a wonderful weekend, a super Saturday, and I'll see you back here on Marvelous Monday. Take care, folks. Have a great weekend.